All right, it's Friday, January 5th. It's like 3:15 in the afternoon. I am here charging, getting ready to start my day. We're at about 44%. I came in at 19. We're going to take it to 85%. We're going to get started. Anyway, listen, y'all. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy with what I'm able to do with this car so far. Now, last week everybody did good, right? No matter what. Without my cash tips, $17.50 for the week. You guys can see it here. I only drove my Caddy, my SUV, my XT6 Bumblebee on New Year's Eve night. During that day in the morning, which in hindsight might have messed me up a little bit, but I the whole week last week, Monday through Sunday morning, I drove this, the Model Y. It's a damn good week, man. It's a damn good week. But, you know, when everything's good, everybody's a hero. It's when things are bad, legends are born. And we're going to find out. This week, I mean, I haven't put in a lot of effort. I think maybe like 18 hours. I'm at like $490, something like that. Just enough to cover my rent and insurance and all that on the car. Not counting charging. But charging's not killing me. I've only got like $54 into charging this week. It's a little slower week, not going to lie. But I have not done any day shifts yet. I've only been coming out for a few hours at night. On Lyft, I'm only running Lyft Black. Uber, I'm running Comfort Electric, and Premier Hourly, which I never get anyway. I'm trying to stick to my guns with this. What I'm finding with the Comfort rides are, as long as the rides are shorter to medium rides, they pay pretty good. My goal is to make $40 an hour on when I'm doing Comfort rides, right? I know a lot of people are still tripping and bugging over mileage. I'm in a different situation. When you're renting the vehicle with unlimited mileage no longer matters. When you're driving an EV, mileage no longer matters because now it's time. And what do I mean by that? Time that you can drive versus time it's going to take you to charge or recharge. To me, it's about time. And listen, let's be honest. In life, your biggest commodity that nobody ever gives enough respect to is time. Everybody wants to know, well, you want to be an employee in a unionized driver, then you're looking at time. And what's a good hourly for your time? Me, when I'm on Comfort, I'm looking for $40 an hour. And, you know, we all know that the apps, it's all active hour bullshit. But, you know, so I want $40 an active hour. That's what I want. That right now, I don't have to settle. Maybe in 6 months, I might have to lower that standard. But right now, I don't have to lower that standard. And so that's what we're running with. With Premier and Lux Black, you know, I'm looking between 50 and 60 an hour. I think those are reasonable rates for the amount of money that we've got to spend to maintain these vehicles, keep these vehicles, buy these vehicles, insure these vehicles. Y'all know the routine. Y'all know the routine. So I'm in a unique position because I now have both a Cadillac XT6, right, my SUV, that I'm going to run on Saturday nights, Saturday mornings, when we have really bad weather. Like tomorrow, I might not take the Model Y out because we're supposed to have heavy rains tomorrow. This car is too low to be running around in these floodwaters that we get here in Florida. So I'll probably have the truck out tomorrow. But just like when people get in the Cadillac, you get the oohs and the ahs and wow, it's a nice vehicle. And I'm very appreciative of that. But you know what I'm finding out also? As many Teslas as we see on the road, 90% of the people that get in my car, they ain't never been in a Tesla. I'm telling you, I get some oohs and ahs in the Tesla. And with the Model Y versus the Model 3, because people that have been in the Model 3, now you guys that are renting or own the Model 3, you know you get Premier, right? A lot of times, you'll get a Premier request and it'll cancel on Uber. It'll cancel, right? On Lux, when Lux used to be on Lyft, they would cancel. Because the Model 3, no disrespect, is a little smaller. It's a little tighter. It's still got a lot of room in the back seat, but it's smaller and tighter. The Model Y has more room. It's easier to get in and out of. It's got more room in the second row. It's got more room in the trunk hatch area. So when people get in this, I have yet to have anybody tell me that they don't like it. They don't think it should be on that platform. And I am asking people, what do you think? Because it's not fair to me and it's not fair to you if I don't give you all the facts, if I'm not trying to get out here and get all the opinions. Listen, people like this damn car, man. One guy did have one little thing to say, but I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was a bad remark or not, because he was laughing about it, but they were drunk too. He said that the car rode too stiff. It rode like a sports car. And you know what? If there's one negative thing about the Teslas so far, both the Model 3 and this Model Y, is that they ride hard. Like, you feel the suspension. Now, if you're used to driving sports cars, that's what you get. My CTS, Kitty, she's smooth, don't get me wrong, but she's still a sports car. You drive a BMW 3 or 5 Series, they're sports cars. Audi A5s, A6, they're sports cars. So, yeah, these ride a little heavy. The center of gravity is completely different. It's not high. The center of gravity is low because of the battery packs. Other than that, bro, this thing handles like a champ. You would think I was in some kind of go-kart race or something, man, the way this thing drives. I really do enjoy it. That's the only thing I've heard negative. I ask the riders all the time, and I'm asking Lux Black riders. I'm not asking comfort riders. I don't care about comfort riders. I'm asking Lux Black riders. I'm asking Premier riders. How do you feel about this being on this platform because you're paying more money for this? And yeah, other than that one guy with the stiff ride, no problems. No problems at all. The biggest drag on doing rideshare with this car is going to be your charging. I'm not set up for charging where I live, so I have to depend on superchargers. There are some FPL Evolution chargers. I got to buy the converter for that. Those run about 30 cents a kilowatt hour, which is cheaper than every charger I've run across during peak hours. Everything is like 34 cents, 37 cents, 44 cents. I'm paying 44 cents right now. What I'm finding is that if I'm going to work the morning shift, I need to always start with a charged car. Or if I didn't do anything the day before, I want to be at like 60% when I start my shift, depending on what day of the week it is. If it's a regular day during the week, you don't mind stopping for a half hour or 15 minutes to a half hour, charge up a little bit and keep it moving. You don't have to fully charge to 85%, right? You can just drop, catch 100 miles real quick, keep your day going. Man, you got to be strategic with that shit. You can charge after a shift is over. Depends on your schedule. I generally work in the afternoon, evenings. That's my thing. I got other things I try to do in the morning. But for the rest of this month, we're going to run a double shift, right? We're going to run a morning shift starting Monday because that's when all the schools and everybody goes back to work. So we'll run, 3 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the morning, something like that. And then we're going to run the 5 or 6 hours in the evening and see how that works out. Because, hell, I do got to pay for this, right? And I want to make sure I'm making at least, the goal is $1,500 a week now. Because I got to pay, $500 for this. I still want to put $1,000 in my pocket. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, when you got to plan your charging around your work schedule, that's a definite thing. That to me is the biggest adjustment because you just can't pull up, fill up, and pull out. It don't work that way. Damn, that didn't sound right, did it? Shit. All right, so we're going to finish charging here. We're almost there. We're at 69% right now. I've been here, 20 minutes now? So not bad. 18% to 69%. Not bad for charging. I'm going to get some customer reaction today. I'll throw in some dash cam footage for those that don't mind being on the tube. And I'll let you hear for yourself. And then I'll come back at the end of the night, give you my totals for the night. And yeah, let's make it happen, Captain. Let's go. All right, so as you can see here, 79%, $20.43, $20.43. Mileage right now, I'm at 250 miles, so I should be able to make, for the $20 that I put in here, I'm looking to make $250 off that $20. Y'all say that ain't that much, but yeah, that's all right. Remember, even though I got 2 top-tier platforms, I'm also running on Comfort. Comfort don't pay what Premier pays, buddy. Comfort don't pay what Lux Black pays, buddy. going for the car.
This car is amazing, by the way. The tech.
I am learning it. I've only had this. I've had this now going on 2 weeks. It'll be
a room.
Seems like it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's super cool.
Okay.
I had a Model S back in 2016. Right?
There's one thing I can appreciate about this car more than anything else is the instant acceleration.
Yeah.
You get with it.
You hit the go pedal and it goes.
And it goes.
Yeah.
Like there is no. Yeah.
I took an S, a Plaid S.
Okay.
Out for a test drive maybe a year ago.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Whew.
Uh-huh.
The car's a beast.
Like you're instant.
Yeah, under 3 seconds to 60 miles an hour. It's crazy.
You know?
It's like a jet plane taking off.
Yes, sir. It's like, oh my God, I'm at 15%. I'm not gonna make it. 15%. You got 50 miles left. You still go 50 miles.
And how long does it take to charge it? So
Depends
on
how many cars are at the charger. And then it depends on what level the supercharger is. Is it 150 kilowatt, 250 kilowatt? So on average, I can go charge up and it costs me like $15 on average.
Yeah.
And I can get 200 miles worth of range out of that in about 30 minutes.
Oh,
wow.
If there's one thing I don't like about this, the steering rate is not as tight as I would like it to be.
Yep.
So I'm giving myself room here. I was supposed to go to the next street. But the steering rate is, see, that's all I got there.
Wow, that's actually amazing.
Yeah, it's not
I even
good.
feel like my Grand Cherokee might could have made that. A bit close, but
Yeah, no, and
so having your name, if I look you up on YouTube, can I find you
yes.
just from having your name on like the
Yep.
driver? Okay.
Yeah. It's vinnykuzz, VINNYKUZZ. All right, good morning, or good afternoon. It is high noon Saturday. So last night, I said after we charged, I was trying to make $250 on that $20 charge. I wound up getting a $230, $231. I'll put it up here. Mostly Uber, couple of Lyft black rides, like $50, $52, something like that. But there was the only 2 requests I got for Lyft all day yesterday with those 2 rides. So that's telling me people holding on to their money, people ain't moving. The majority of my rides on Uber, comfort rides. Again, not a lot of premier rides. So that means to tell me not a lot of people are moving that got money. Now, I will say this though. What bailed me out, what made the night, were the tips. Both the Lyft rides tipped, and I think 3 or 4 of the Uber rides tipped out. If it wasn't for those tips, I don't crack 175 yesterday. And I was out about 7 hours, 8 hours, something like that. So tips are important. The strategy was pretty much move myself into the areas I thought were hot yesterday. Today we're going to do something a little different. Today is going to be drop and stop. I'm going to get my first ride, drop them people off, and then stay in that little area and let the apps take me where they're going to take me. Unless, the only way I'll deviate from this is if it's just a really shit area. An area I don't want to be in. Not looking for trouble, not trying to be in trouble. We got to go where the money is now. Let's not be stupid. So that's what we're going to do. That's where we're at. It's going to be a shitty day here, South Florida. I know across the country, big cold front's coming in. We're going to get hit with some rain about 2:30, and we'll see from there. I don't know if I'm going to stay in the Tesla all day and night. If I'm going to come back home and get Bumblebee, I haven't made that decision yet. Depends on the flow of the day. Depends on the flow of the night. So welcome to Sunday. It is 2 o'clock. And yes, I'm charging up because I didn't bother to charge up last night. I was just a little too tired when I got home. I didn't want to wait. Anyway, we're charging up now. We're still gloomy out here. Yesterday did about 320. You can see here. More Uber than Lyft. I'm telling you, comfort's been coming through. Although I did have a couple of really good premier rides yesterday with the Tesla. I did not go home and get a Cadillac. Remember how I tell y'all, get on a Zello group, a local group? Omar really pushes this, and he's right. Because when you've got 4 or 5 guys in your area that you can talk with, you can make better decisions, whether to be out working or not, what areas to be in. And in my case, they weren't getting a whole lot of XLs and rides. So it didn't make sense for me to go home and get the Cadillac. So I stayed with this all night. Turned out to be the right move. 320 in the books. And we're going to see what we do today. I'm at 84% charging right now. We're getting ready to get out of here. Got a big Dolphin game tonight. Dolphin Buffalo Bills. I'm going to try to avoid the arena because I know what it's going to pay to go there is going to be terrible because there's going to be so much traffic trying to get into the stadium. So we won't make that mistake. All right, so real quick, I just got a ride that normally I would never take. But I'm really curious to see what this Tesla does. We are going to Naples, Florida, which is about 100 miles west of here. 110 miles. I'll get the full details in. Listen, Uber, you're paying shit on this ride, 86 bucks. It's fucking ignorant ride. But we're going to do it because I want to see how the car holds up. So once I get this guy dropped off, or a young lady, I'm not sure if it's a guy or a girl, its name's Casey, I will definitely let you folks know. Let's go. All right, so we done the trip. I'm charging now because, you know, it's a long trip back. It chewed up. I was at 85%. When I got over here, it was at 32%. So it chewed up some charge. That's for sure. I'm trying to get to the numbers here. Let's see, earnings. The total trip paid. Well, you can see it right here. It was an $86 trip. It was 113 miles. Took an hour and 57 minutes. I didn't think it took an hour and 57 minutes, but that's what it says. So, like I said, the trip didn't pay shit. But then they kicked out a $30 tip, made it $115.61. And then I hung out here because I've never taken trips on this side. I took a quick $10, $11 comfort, then decided to charge, and I'm charging up all the way to 100%. And I'm going to start making my way back to the east side. You know what? I might come over here one weekend. Now that I got the Tesla, do a weekend in the Keys, do a weekend over here in Naples, Marco Island, Fort Myers. Start doing some different areas to see what they're like, provided I'm making my money during the week. All right, so if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you hanging in there. I know it's a longer video than I normally put out, but I'm trying to give you as much detail as I can. So feel free to skip forward, go back, whatever part you need to listen to it again, because this is serious. I've been telling y'all the pivot is down. The pivot is down. I've also been telling you that heroes, everybody's a hero when times are good. But when times are slow, when they're weak, that's when the legends are born. So our total for the week was $1,165.67. So $11.66 is what we made on the week. Out of that, it was $4.99 for the rental plus another $105. So we wound up plus $5.61 for the week. Not where I want to be. Didn't fully employ my entire strategy, and I see some pivots that I need to make. And listen, from now on, like every 2-3 days, y'all gonna get a video from me. It'll be shorter, easier to manage, easier to watch, because I know I ain't the best in the world. Overall, that trip I took yesterday probably wound up being the right trip. And I tell you why. Even though I had to deadhead back an hour and a half. Listening to the guys on the radio again. Unless you were at the football game late last night, and it really wasn't that great of a payout after the Dolphin lost yesterday to the Bills. That's right, I said it. There wasn't a lot of rides out there. The airport queues were full. If you see an opportunity to make your money, sometimes you got to take it, even if it isn't what you want. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to keep squeezing us, y'all. These apps are coming for our throats. So you better do what you got to do to make your money. I'm going to get out there today. And like I said, the next every 2-3 days, man, I'm going to start putting these videos up because I know it's important to you guys. Not to everybody. They're going to be detractors. There's going to be haters. There's going to be people saying, oh, Vinny, you know, you're renting a car and you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, I am. But if something goes wrong, I'll make a phone call and get another car. I ain't got to worry about the expense of paying out. I ain't got to worry about none of that. I ain't got to worry about mileage. My whole new base now is not off mileage. It's freaking time, as I said earlier. Y'all gonna learn. Anyway, that's what I got. I'm going to go get some rest, finish chopping up this video, and then we are out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. Hit the comment button below, hit the subscribe button below, hit the like button below. We'll see you next time. Peace.